What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuff series. I want to take a look at two dynamic heavyweights, Elmo Ray and Turkey, the steel helmet Thompson. Very good heavyweights at that time. They would face each other August 9th, 1943 and August 24th, 1943. Fantastic fighters. I have a reel-to-reel of one of those fights, and I got to tell you, with my own eyes, I examined an outstanding and explosive heavyweight fight. Now, Elmer Ray was born March 3rd, 1941 in Federal Point, Florida. He died May 20th, 1987. He was 76 years of age at the time of his death. Now, he would have total bouts of 108 fights. 85 wins, 17 losses, 64 knockouts, 5 draws, and 1 no contest. He would fight from 1935 to 1949. He had 14 years of professional experience under his belt. He would average 7 to 8 fights annually. I mean, for heavyweights, you can't ask for more than that. Now, he would win one of his first 10 fights, losing 6 and drawing 3. He fought the colored heavyweight champion, O.B. Walker, 9 times. 4 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws. He beat it with Ezra Charles, former heavyweight champion. He would lose 1 and win 1. He would lose 2 and win 1 with the former heavyweight champion, Jersey Joe Walcott. Now, like I said, August 24th, 1943, he beat it with Turkey Thompson. He would be knocked out in one astonishing round. They would fight at the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, California. But at that fight, he learned a very valuable lesson. Because he would win 50 straight fights, 44 by the knockout route, after his loss with Thompson. Now, Ray would stop Gene Felton, 15-21-1, 7 knockouts in the second round. This fight would take place in San Diego Coliseum on October 4th, 1943. He beat it with Lorenzo Pedro, 11-12-1-9 KOs at the time of the fight. Ernie Rio, 17-19-4 with 5 knockouts. Buddy Millard, very good fighter, 32-6-16 KOs at the time of their fight. Kid Rivera, 30 wins, 9 losses, 12 knockouts. Lee Savoy, who was a former Joe Louis opponent. They called him the battling bartender. He was able to knock him out in 2 rounds. Ebbets Field, which is in Brooklyn, New York. That's where the Dodgers played. The Los Angeles Dodgers. They originally came from Brooklyn, New York, and they were located in Ebbets Field. He beat it with Jersey Joe Walcott. Madison Square Garden, November 15th, 1946. But then we face him again. And Walcott would defeat Ray at the Orange Bowl on March 4th, 1947 in Miami, Florida. Now, Elmer Ray was a member of the Black Murderers Row. And his next 7 fights, he would win 6 by knockout, including a controversial split decision over the former heavyweight champion Ezra Charles at Madison Square Garden, July 25th, 1947. He would also face Phil Johnson, who was the father of former light heavyweight champion Harold Johnson. Fought him March 26, 1943. Now, Turkey Thompson, like I said, they called him the steel helmet. He could take a punch. He was born Christmas Day, December 25th, 1919. That would be the year that Jess Willard would be knocked out in brutal fashion in 4 rounds. Toledo, Ohio, against the Manasseh Mauler, Kid Blackie, Jack Dempsey. Now, he was born in Oklahoma, died June 27, 1984, Los Angeles, California. That's the year that the Detroit Tigers would win a World Series. He stood 5 foot 8.5 inches, and he had a 73-inch reach. He had total bouts of 73 fights, 55 wins, 39 knockouts, 15 losses. He was stopped 2 separate occasions, and he would have 2 draws. Now, his opponents would have total fight count of 3,443 rounds of boxing. Unbelievable. Turkey Thompson himself would have a total of 422 rounds of boxing. His best wins was against Arturo Godoy. Arturo Godoy was a Joe Louis opponent. Pat Valentino, who was the Ezra Charles opponent. Lee Q. Murray, an outstanding heavyweight at that time. Hardest hitter opponent was Rex Lane, who was a former Rocky Marciano opponent, and Lee Q Murray. His toughest opponents was a Couture Cadoi, Rex Lane, and Clarence Henry. He began his professional debut with Eddie Moore, November 3rd, 1937, on Ontario Arena. Pat Valentino, he would win one and lose one at Civic Auditorium. Buddy Knox, August 26, 1941. Now, 1941 was a very special year. That's the year that Joe Louis would knock out Billy Conn in 12 rounds. Very, very good fight between Billy Conn and Joe Louis. And at that time, Buddy Knox would have a fighting career record of 107, 18, and 9. Fought him at the Olympic Auditorium. He'd been there with Bob Pastor on 2 separate occasions. Bob Pastor was from the Bronx, New York. He was the former Joe Louis and Billy Conn opponent. He would face him July 23, 1941 and March 17, 1941. And at that time, he had a fighting career record of 43, 6, and 4. Fought him at Gilmore Field. And he would have a fighting record of 41 and 6 and 4 knockouts. Again, he would face him at Gilmore Field. I'm speaking of Bob Pastor. Abe Simon, another Joe Louis opponent. October 6, 1941. He had a fighting career record of 36-8 and no knockouts. Fought him at Gilmore Field. He fight Pat Valentino. He was a former Ezra Charles opponent. He would lose 2 and win 1. He had a fighting career record of 31-5 and 3. And then 31-6 and 3. Fought him at the Civic Auditorium in San Francisco, California. Lee Q Murray lost to him July 28, 1944. He had a fighting career record of 32-6 and 2 at Madison Square Garden. Kirk Daniels. He would win 1 and lose 1 with Perk Daniels. November 4th, 1944 and May 23rd, 1944. Eddie Blunt, 34-14 and 5. February 17th, 1943 at Oakland Auditorium. Now I'm going to show you some of these opponents. But he would face Elmer Ray, August 9th, 1943 and August 24th, 1943. At that time, both men had a career of 39 fights. Unbelievable. But Elmer Ray had a fighting career record of 39-18 and 11 the first time, and 39-18 and 11 the second time. How? Because Elmer Ray would have 1 win and 1 no contest with Turkey Thompson. They would fight at Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles, California. The first fight, and the second fight at Landfill, San Diego, California. March 9th, he would face Jimmy Bivens. At that time, Jimmy Bivens would have a fighting career record of 63-11 and 1 at the Olympic Auditorium. He would lose to him. 1948, Willie Beam, he would lose to him. Johnny Holman lose to him, and Clarence Henry, he would lose to him. These are all up-and-coming heavyweights. But like I said, these 2 men would get it on, and they'll have some outstanding fights. They would not get a lot of recognition because they're not known about, they're not talked about. But Elmer Violent Ray, part of the Black Murderers Row, could punch like you can't believe. And Turkey Thompson was so overlooked, they called him the Steel Helmet because he could take a punch, but he could punch himself. Fascinating fighters. Salute to these men. Let me show you some of their opponents. Eddie Blunt, very good